Hello everybody and welcome back to the Fortress of Solitude. Today we're going to be checking out Thunderbolts Doomstrike issue 1 by Colin Kelly, Jackson Lansing, Tommaso Bianacci and Yen Nitro. Bucky and his Thunderbolts feel the consequences of their recent actions as Dr. Doom has taken over the world, and it's in no small part to the Black Ops team's missions to kill Red Skull, setting the stage for Victor's takeover. Doom meets with Bucky to thank him for his help with Red Skull, offering him a place in Doom's world by having Bucky lead his secret police, the Fulgur Victoris, against those who seek to undo Doom's rule. Doom really lays it on thick with Bucky here, telling him the story of Sergei Nechayev, a man who wanted a revolution by any means necessary, and how Bucky is very much like Sergei. I mean, right now Bucky is going by the name The Revolution. Doom is trying to use the story of a man who broke free from his oppressors to convince Bucky, a man made to do things under the thumb of someone else, made to do things he doesn't want to against those he loves time and time again, to break free from the chains and join him and continue the revolution. Bucky, however, expected Doom to offer him something like this and reveals that he's been recording their conversation the entire time, having Doom admitting on tape that he's making a secret police after saying to the world no such thing would ever happen under his rule. Thanks to Contessa Valentina de la Fontaine recording everything, Bucky is able to teleport away to Thunderbolts Island before Doom is able to kill him. Doom, however, ends up getting the last laugh though, as while Bucky made it back to the island safely, he's left to witness the Thunderbolts base explode, along with Valentina inside. Doom gives Bucky and the Thunderbolts an ultimatum: either they bow or watch everything they love burn. He gives them 1 week to decide what they want to do, thanks to their past services rendered to him. Now this is what I expected this book to be in the jump-off point. Bucky has a week to come up with an idea and a plan to deal with Doom's threats, but that's not the case, as Kelly and Lansing actually throw us 6 days later on the eve of the final day of Doom's threat. Bucky meets with Black Widow in Shelbyville, Indiana, his hometown. And I really like that we get a temperature of the world through Nat's dialogue here, where the Avengers are frozen in what they can do, backed into a corner. Tony Stark seems to be doing a lot of shady shit, or more shadier shit than he usually does, and so many people are now against the heroes after Doom framed them in the first issue of the main event. Along with Earth's mightiest heroes left useless, the Thunderbolts have all gone to ground and gone their separate ways, deciding to fend for themselves. Bucky decides that since it's only him, Nat, and his cat Alpine, it's time to turn back to sabotage, something he's very familiar with and did a lot of during World War II. Bucky tells Nat that he's going to strike at Doom's nuclear stockpile, and when he took over the world, Victor confiscated every nuke in the world, storing them in a suborbital satellite away from everyone. Bucky gets on with the plan in only a way Bucky Barnes could, hitching a ride on one of Doom's Air Force jets before taking command, ejecting the pilot, and using the clearance codes on the jet to get high enough into the sky that a former team member of his, Songbird, can help carry him the rest of the way into space and to the giant satellite. Man, I love the ramp up of this issue, going from what you think is going to be a Thunderbolts openly battling Doom to Bucky going on full Mission Impossible mode to get to a giant satellite to get to space nukes. The use of the team so far is cool too. It's not the whole team all at once, it's one member at a time so far, and it makes sense in Bucky's plans. He's trying to do everything very carefully and kind of behind the scenes. He doesn't want Doom to notice, so using the whole team is too loud, but 1 or 2 members here and there is good enough. Bucky and Songbird eventually get into the nuclear vault and use the head of the Valentina LMD from the destroyed Thunderbolts Island to hack into the systems. As if on cue though, the trap is sprung and it's revealed that Doom knew that Bucky would resort to sabotage and go after the nukes, so now he must be punished for going against him. Bucky then realizes the nukes weren't actually being stored in this suborbital satellite. Doom was actually positioning them to fire back down on Earth, and we get the classic sequence of Bucky clinging to a rocket trying to disarm it as it hurtles itself towards Earth, much like he did back during World War II with Cap. Bucky contacts Nat for help with disarming the bomb, learning from her that it's not dropping into the ocean or desert, it's actually going to hit Shelbyville, Indiana. Now this is a real dick move on Doom's part. This is petty Doom. This is what I've come to expect from Doom whenever he has a plan or is going against a hero. He does something very petty and very bitchy, and this is exactly that. He's dropping a nuke on Bucky's hometown. That's fucked. That's absolutely a petty move. Despite his best efforts though, Bucky is unable to disarm the nuke and is forced to jump off and have Songbird catch him as the nuke hits Shelbyville, wiping it and everyone in the town off the map. In the wake of the attack, it's revealed that over 20,000 people died in the explosion, and Doom manipulated the media into making it look like Bucky was the one who nuked the city. Doom takes to the airwaves and backs up the message, imploring Bucky to be captured quickly, and thanks to his terrorist attacks, he is forced, with a heavy heart of course, to install his secret police to ensure nothing like this ever happens again, christening the group his Thunderbolts. Now, building off what we've seen so far in the One World Under Doom main series, I like the idea that Doom has an answer for everything these heroes are throwing at him. It's also really interesting to note that with any other character, I probably wouldn't like this. Like, say for instance, this was done with Batman, and this has kind of been done with Batman with stuff like Tower of Babel and stuff he would do in Injustice, where he'd have an answer for everything that was happening, and it would just come off as lazy writing, like the writers don't want to think about it. But here, there's something different when Doom does it, because there is like a reason why he's doing all of this, and you know, he's actually backing up what he is saying. We get to see the plan actually play out, and it's not just seeing the end result, and the plans are all things that make sense and are relevant to who he's actually attacking. You know, he's attacking Bucky, he's going to strike at Bucky's heart, his hometown. It makes it so I just can't help but kind of root for Doom a little bit, just because his plans are so maniacal and villainous that I just love them so much. You don't really see this stuff in comics all that much, where you just have a villain going full villain. Usually they have that, you know, grey area, but I love that we're just getting full-on dictator Doom. And then also to do this, to nuke the city, blame Bucky, and then, like the Avengers, turn that into ammo to fuel his reign and provide a reason why the secret police are needed. It's just wonderfully exciting storytelling, and one that tells me that the writers of the events are talking with each other. You know, the writers of this book are talking with Ryan North, and back and forth. You can see that there is some sort of continuity happening with how these characters are portrayed. Elsewhere at the OXE listening station, Citizen V, working on behalf of Doom's new secret police, breaks into the station and demands to know where Bucky is, told by the guards there that the only way they'll get that information is to access Contessa Valentina's private network, since only she knows where to find him as creator of OXE. After killing the men, Citizen V removes their masks and reveals themselves to be the very real, very much alive Valentina, who plans on taking back control of OXE for Doom and his new Thunderbolts. Now, I kind of guess this would actually happen eventually at some point, whether it be in that Thunderbolts run that happened just before this event or in this event, since, you know, Thunderbolts movie coming out in a couple of months, so they're going to want to bring back Valentina, and it is looking she's to be an antagonist to Bucky in that film, so it makes sense that she would become one in the comics as well. Thunderbolts Doomstrike issue 1 was one hell of a well done tie-in. It features some great continuation of Kelly and Lansing's Thunderbolts book, tied in really nicely with what Ryan North is doing over in the One World Under Doom main book, and we get a little bit more world building and see where the world is now under Doom's rule. Doom's rule continues to intrigue me, and I love how consistent as a character he's being written across all of these tie-ins. The final few pages contain something really big shifts in Bucky's status quo, and it makes me wonder, like, where is he going to go with this, since the villain has effectively taken everything from him now. So where does that leave Bucky, who, you know, will he resort to more dire tactics to deal with him? Will he become a bit more heroic? Really intrigued to see what is going to become of him and his Thunderbolts, since we never actually got to see most of them within this issue. So hopefully we're building towards the team reconverging together as the tie-in continues. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10.